Alright, now let's look at polygon reduction techniques. So this model right here, if I was to use it within the pipeline, sooner or later it would slow me down, no doubt about it, and that's what I have to kind of worry about. Especially since you don't see any of the faces below this, and we're going to be making a very low res representation of it. Because look at this area right here, it's complex, and I'm going to be making a model that has this complexity, so we can use it for the transferring of this look. I can't produce this via texture, that would take too long. I would have to produce it as a piece of geometry, so that's going to take a lot of polygons just to get there, and I'll need that room. So that's why I have to kind of look at my pipeline to see if I have to worry about polygon reduction. It's very easy to do, so you just grab the edges that you're not using and stay away from the extraordinary vertices. And so these edge loops go all the way around the model, and they lend nothing to the overall structure of it. So control right click, two edge loop utilities, two edge loop and delete. I don't need those. Do I even need the backside? Well, you know what? I like leaving it in because it does help a little bit. So an extraordinary vertice, what's that? Well, let's see. These two models right here. Let's grab those. Actually, I'm going to combine them. I'm going to deal with them as one. So an extraordinary vertice is this little guy right here. He lends to the shape, and he's a dead end. If you double click on an edge loop isn't an edge loop. It goes into an extraordinary vertice. This is an edge loop. This is not. This is an edge ring. So control right click, two edge ring utilities, two edge ring. You'll see that that goes around. So an edge ring is a ring on the surface of geometry, and an edge loop is a loop going around the surface of geometry. And I know that's kind of hard to classify, but an edge ring is basically made of edges that go counter to the surface, or you can think of a string of faces that go on a counter surface. So edge ring, edge loop. Again, terminology that I want you to learn just in case you didn't. So control right click, two edge loop utilities, two edge loop and delete, and then get rid of those. Those lend nothing to the design. Here's a couple more. This one might lend something to the design, so I'm not going to delete it. This one I am. There we go. Those are out of there. So I'll do that for every surface and everything before I go on to another part of the model. Sometimes I just do it all at once. You can see, you could just chop out huge chunks. Like this thing was really high res, and now it's not. Now the reason we have to do it this way is because look at the surface; it's nicely beveled on the outside edge, and I couldn't have produced that bevel that nicely without doing the smooth process. So now, if I was smart in this piece, I would probably just take the bigger one and duplicate it and bring it back over. That way I'm not doing this over and over again. Alright, so obviously this would be very boring to watch, so you get the idea of it, I think. So I'm going to take a few seconds to reduce all this geometry down to nothing. Alright, and I'll meet you back in the next section.